What is going on, everyone? Welcome to another installment of Notes from the Editors and Ink and Insight show. A very special Ink and Insight show tonight here because we are kicking off. We're like the tailgate for the Comics Curing Cancer event that officially kickstarts and jumps off
Yes.
this Friday, and we're so friggin' excited to be a part of it here. We've had great reception from everyone, all the people that are hanging with us here every single Tuesday and Wednesday night. People coming out of the woodworks to be a part of this. And I just wanted to start off the show first and foremost by saying thank you to everyone that's been reaching out, donating, being part of this process here. We're so, like I said, excited. We're so happy that things have been working out this way here. So kudos to each and every one of you that donated to this absolutely worthy cause. We're going to have a lot of fun tonight here. We have a lot of great prizes. We got a lot of spinning of the wheel to do here tonight. But before we do any of that, I'm joined by two wonderful gentlemen here, starting with my co-host Stu from Dr. Doom's fan club. Stu, man, how you doing today?
I'm doing well, man. Had the day off. Another Bears win. We're looking great, bro.
Yes, another victory freaking Tuesday. Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. We're out here. I'm just so happy to be here tonight. So happy to be a part of this wonderful event this year. I just want to echo what you said. Thank you to everybody who's already donated. And really, I'm so proud of, all of our regulars for really stepping up and supporting the cause and throwing some money, towards this great thing that gets done by Mark, Linx, and Rob every year. And so proud to be a part of it. So yeah, man, so happy to be here, dude. How y'all feeling?
Nick, I'll kick it over to you, man.
We're feeling good. I'm going to be sitting over here working on some logistics over here, so don't mind me at all. Doing good, man. I'm so happy, guys. Like, thank you so much for everybody stepping up and donating and everything. It means a lot to all of us. We're so happy to be a part of this whole thing. So, like Eric was saying, kind of kicking things off for Comics Curing Cancer. So thank you so much for joining us. We'll go through some announcements and how it's going to work here in a minute. But yeah, guys, always a pleasure to be here. And thanks for hosting, guys. This is going to be a great 2-day event. Can't wait to kick it off.
Of course, yeah. I think we've all, Lord knows we've all been talking about this like on the daily, getting ready, getting prepared, getting all of our ducks in a row here, and the time has finally come here. So let's go ahead and kick things off. We're gonna, in the interim, we're gonna be talking about a topic that I think is gonna be pretty fun here. We're gonna be talking about the most underrated comics that have come out here, in our personal opinion. So we're gonna get into some comic books that are gonna end up being recommendations, hopefully, if we do our jobs right. But in the interim, then we're going to be spinning that wheel like crazy here. And Nick, you brought up a good point here. Let's talk about this because Notes from the Editors is not the only place where you're going to see this wheel being spun here. This is definitely a 2-night event. So if you see your name on here, you're definitely eligible for a donation. By the way, we are continuing to monitor as donations come in throughout the chat or throughout the show. So make sure that if you're inspired in the moment and you want to throw something out there, hit us up. We're checking our emails. We're checking our socials here. We'll do our best to be diligent about getting your name added on there. But rest assured, even if something comes in late, we have another show tomorrow night over on Dr. Doom's fan club, same time as this one here. If your name is not picked on this wheel, guess what? It's getting thrown right back on that puppy, and we're going to be spinning again tomorrow night. So it's going to be a good time. Yes. So yeah, let's go ahead and start by talking about the chat here, who has been popping off before the show even started, man. Going absolutely wild here. We got Jay from Hydra Asylum Comics. He was tailgating, saying what up here.
What up,
Jay,
bro?
Always great seeing you, man. We got Rogue here, one of our donators here, one of the earliest donators here. Rogue, thank you. Nice seeing you. We got Bob hanging with us as always, one of the regulars here. Always great seeing you, dude. Along with Dr. War God. Let's see here. We got a lot of back and forth. Scroll back through this chat if you haven't already. There's a lot of good comic recommendations here. People talking about catching up on Rook, which, by the way, so good. So good. Let's see here. Who am I missing? We had Near Zero pop in here. There we are. Near Zero saying what up. We got TM Nerdy hanging with us here. Nice seeing you, Trav. Simpleton very clearly playing catch up here, just like I was saying here. Holy chat. Yeah, I agree wholeheartedly, dude. Let's see here. We got Dr. Von Hoot hanging with us here, man. Great to see you, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Hey.
We got Christina Payne. What up? Look, you say his name and the dude shows up here, DJ Linx. Of course, man. Thank you for allowing us to be part of
What's
this.
up, dude?
Oh yeah, dude.
We
Absolutely.
got Omega Slice hanging with us here.
Omega, what up, bro?
Always good seeing you. The neighborhood Merc saying what up? All right, I think we're caught up here, guys. All right. I thought we would hold off a little bit here, but now I'm not so sure. We got a lot of people already hanging with us here. Do you guys feel like maybe we just go ahead and jumpstart things, get some excitement going, and give away?
Do it, dude.
Let's spin the wheel. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna be spinning for the prize, which is the right wheel over here, and we're gonna be spinning for the winner. So we have two different wheels we're gonna be spinning, and so let's go ahead and spin for the prize right now and see who's got it. And then we're going to be doing about every 7 to 8 minutes throughout the entire show, guys. We're going to spin it around a dozen times, and then whoever's left over, we're going to spin for tomorrow, guys. So great 2-day event. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel right now.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.
Come on.
We have well over 24 different bundles going on. Let's see. Ooh, the first one is the Black Cloak bundle. Eric, I think this is one of yours.
This was absolutely one of mine. Yeah, so this is like a sci-fi bundle. We have Black Cloak 1 through 11, so the entire series of Black Cloak so far, and Bleed Them Dry. That was from Vault Comics here. Great interior artwork by DK Ruan, who's been killing it on covers over at Marvel.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That's a huge bet. That's like 17, 18 books right there. That's crazy.
Yes, that's a very nice bundle of good books.
Yeah. All right, let's spin for the person who's going to be picking up this bundle right here. And we have, looks like Sleepy's going to pull away with one of these.
Damien,
all right, Sleepy.
Sleepy Reader.
Let's go. Congrats, Damien. Congrats. Thank you for your donation, sir.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let me go backstage and make note of that. Thank you, man. We appreciate you participating. Let me go ahead and take care of this.
Go ahead. You do your thing here. All right. I think I'll go ahead and I'll jumpstart things here with one of my first recommendations for underrated comic books, if that's cool with you guys.
Talk to me. Talk to me.
All right. It's kind of funny. When I was putting together the list, I definitely saw a trend in some of the books that I was choosing here. So I think that this is really worthwhile of that trend. I'm going to talk about The Last God that came out with DC Black Label by Philip Kennedy Johnson and Riccardo Federici. It was the first time that I was ever able to feast my eyes upon Federici's artwork. And let me tell you, it is glorious. It is so friggin' good. And I feel like he really blew up after that book came out, even though the book kind of flew under the radar a little bit. This was like a high fantasy kind of story, all about basically, you know, it plays on the fantasy tropes. There's this group of adventurers that go to defeat the ultimate evil about 30 or so years in the past, and something transpires, and we don't necessarily know what, but the king, or I'm sorry, the adventurer who basically bests the villain, becomes king, is ruler of the world, but the plague that, you know, kind of took over the land 30 years ago comes back, and we find out that there were some mysterious things that happened in the past where maybe that thing that they said that they did to best the villain didn't quite work out the same way that they anticipated. So a new group of adventurers go out there, kind of solve the mystery, and also maybe kill the villain. I don't know. We'll have to find out there. I loved that story though. Philip Kennedy Johnson, it might arguably be my favorite thing that he has written. And like I said about Baba Federici, like his artwork is so freaking good. It's so good. Did either of you guys read this one?
No, man. Like that's one I got to shout out Fable. I remember him posting that set. I think he had all the covers. All the covers also looks glorious together.
They're killer. Yeah.
So it's a blind spot for me. That's a great one. I got to put that on the backlog. I definitely want to read that one.
What was the title of that one again?
The Last God.
Last God. Okay, yeah, I heard. Okay, no, I don't think I read that one. I got to look it up and see though, because you read too many damn books. Last God.
I would argue that we read just enough books.
Yeah.
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 But there we go. I'm actually glad you guys haven't read it, because if you both did, maybe it wouldn't be as underrated as I said it was. Here, see that? Like I said,
Yeah.
underrated.
Like everyone's read that one. What are you talking about?
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Y'all hear about this Batman guy? Yeah, underrated. So if you haven't already checked that out, or if you're in the chat, definitely yeah, let us know. Did you read it? What did you think about it? Also, it had a one shot by the writer who is that is working on Batman Dark Patterns right now, amongst a lot of other books, Dan Waters, so he was playing in that universe as well. So it was at least popular enough that I got a one shot with a side story as well. So be on the lookout for that. It's got a trade paperback out that collects the entirety, including that one shot as well.
Oh wow, yeah.
Great call, bro.
Simpleton's already planning a hardcover edition.
Yes, yeah, no kidding, right?
12 issues,
Yeah.
12 issues, yeah, 12 issues, 13 with the one shot.
Shout out to Simpleton too. He donated a really great one of one Danger Street, the Tom King collected edition. It's autographed and everything too. It's you can actually see it. It's right there on the prize wheel. So man, shout out to you for donating that. Thanks a lot, man. That's gonna go to a nice, a good home here soon.
Yeah.
Exactly. Talk about unique. This is the only place that you'll be able to get something like that. So again, we're checking the chats. Yeah, if you donate, make sure that you get the proof over here, because we would love for you to win something like that. That is going to be, again, the most unique thing that's in your collection. So make sure you get that. Stu, let me kick it over to you, dude. What's an underrated series or comic that you wanna highlight?
All right, fellas. In the spirit of the resurrection of Vertigo Comics, I'm gonna go with Scalped from Jason Aaron. I talk about this comic all the time. I shout it from the rooftops. RM Guerra on artwork. This one I ran back in 2007. Just set on this Indian reservation out in South Dakota, and kind of follows this main character, Dash Bad Horse, who's been away from the reservation for a while and comes back and just kind of integrating back into life there, and dealing with all the baggage present and past. It was like, I think 60 plus issues, and it was one of those runs that I read when I was really getting back into comics during COVID, and it just blew me away. And I still think it's criminally undersung, and
criminally. I see what you did there. I see what you did.
It was on Vertigo. Will Dennis as editor, I believe, and just one of those like last great titles they had before it kind of went away for a while. But this one is incredible. It's if you like gritty, if you like noir, with great broad strokes of violence, that you're really attracted to. This one's going to have it all for you. This one checks all those boxes for me, and even more. It's just great storytelling, and again, so many great arcs over, like I said, 60 plus issues. So shout out to Aaron and RM Guerra, the creative team. I think they did an incredible job on this one, and it still has a lot of things to say, even being 18 years old, something like that. So Scalped, Jason Aaron is my underrated comic recommendation number one, bro.
Oh yeah, dude. And not only shout out to them, but shout out for the 60 issue run. Like, come on, we don't get that, especially from what is essentially an indie comic book very often nowadays, man. That's a feat unto itself.
Absolutely. It is. Especially on an imprint like Vertigo, you know what I mean? Like, to be able to do a book that different for that long is over the course, I think like 4 or 5 years all told, is pretty awesome. So
yeah, absolutely. I started the series. I have not finished it yet, but I gotta, like, if there's one thing, like, Jason Aaron is Jason Aaron. Like, I mean, come on, like, he's heralded for a reason. That artwork though is just so unique, and it's so really fitting for that series too, at least for what I have read.
Absolutely. Couldn't agree with you more. Yeah.
I haven't read that one yet. I don't know. There's a lot of them. Yes. Surrounded by Shortbox is Scalped. I know, Stu, you're trying to get me to get on Scalped. It's like 60 issues or something like that, right? So it's definitely on my list of considerations. I need to get my backlog single issue game going, just to bump those numbers up. Those yearly read numbers, I got to bump them up.
Yeah, those are rookie numbers you're working with right now.
I know. Well, that means It is time to spin the wheel yet again.
Spin that bad boy.
We're gonna go ahead and spin it. We're gonna spin for the prize first. See what we got. Give me some drum rolls, guys. Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
It's this noise cancellation, okay? StreamYard is just too good.
All right, so we have the entire series of Jeff Lemire's Fish Flies, one of the great Jeff Lemire title that just came out a little bit ago. They're exercise issues. They're gorgeous. Great story. Let's go ahead and spin for the winner for this one.
Talking about underrated comics.
Yeah, for sure. This one is Damien gonna walk away again?
Oh, Damien.
Damien walks away with
2 for 2
Fish Fly bundles right now. Now, for those who are unaware, Damien donated like he got himself 8 slots on this board. So
he came in hot and heavy.
He came in hot and heavy and quick. So we really appreciate everything you're doing there, buddy. Thank you so much. I'm going to remove you from the list, remove the prize from the wheel.
We appreciate you, but be gone.
Yep. All right. Every time he wins, everybody else has a greater chance. So there you go.
All right.
I think we are good. We're going to roll in about another 7 minutes.
Reset that timer.
I thought of one that just popped in my head. Another book.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, let's go.
Going. It's a book that I showed off on OnlySlabs. I have a signed 9/8. It's from Robert Kirkman and Paul Ezeketa, Outcast.
I was about to say, if you say precious metal, I swear to God.
Great call, dude. Especially for spooky season, you know, that's
actually
hell yeah.
I'd say if you like exorcism kinds of books, if you like demonology, if you like Preacher, almost, there's a lot of cool things. There's a lot of cool overlaps there. It's really about a guy who's trying to deal with like this ability within his family. I think it's inherited or something like that. And he's able to contact the spirits and he's able to like interact with them and they're hunting him down. He's kind of a prophesized ender of their being. His daughter inherits this, but her powers are a little bit different. He comes from a home where, you know, him and his wife are divorced. There's some issues going on there, but he's trying to survive and trying to live in this world and understand his power sets and things like that. So it's a really, really great book. And I think it's a book. I think it's the first book I saw Paul Ezeketa on for the art. And it was like a style I've never seen before. Now this series came out, I think pre-COVID, if I'm not mistaken, or right around that time, maybe pre or around there. And
it feels like
it was like, yeah. And I think it's 30 something issues long. So it's not incredibly difficult to get yourself into it.
I think that might even be longer than that. Like they did a good chunk on that.
Did they? 30, 40?
Yeah, like 40 plus or something.
Yeah.
Kirkman hangs around on his series.
Yeah, dude, it was impressive.
Right. Yeah. And so it was the first time I saw Paul on art and like his way of showing demons and showing that drama and showing the eeriness and the eyes and the shadows and just the gnarliness with the blood, and the coloring was so well done. It was just really, really good book. So I highly recommend it, especially this time of year, if you're looking for something a little more demonic, if you're looking for something that'll put some kind of freak you out a little bit. I think Outcast from Kirkman and Ezeketa is a good one to try out.
Great call, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
I gotta say, in my head, and this is totally a me problem, I always mix up Outcast and Oblivion Song because I feel like they were coming out at the same time. They both start with O. They're both Kirkman.
Both Kirkman.
So, so I always mix those things up, man. It like never, ever, ever fails.
No, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah. We've had a couple good suggestions here that popped up in the chat. We got Bob saying underappreciated book Kabuki by David Mack. I mean, that's kind of his like baby, right? That's his solo creation. That's his bread and butter right there. I can't say that I've read all of Kabuki. I've read early stuff. I will say this though. David Mack is like the sweetest dude you will ever meet at a con. If you're going to a convention and you have a chance to meet David Mack, carve out the time. Go talk to him because like he's like a warm hug. All right. You want to meet David Mack, and I guarantee that you're going to have a good time there. Simpleton saying, speaking of Ezeketa, check out Talent from Boom. Or is it Talent from Early Boom? Let us know, Simpleton. I've never heard of that. You guys have any recollection of Talent from Early Boom?
I think he's talking about Early
Or
Boom
is that
Studios.
Just Boom Studios? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
I don't know about Talent though. I've never heard of that.
I don't know about Talent. Yeah, I don't know.
I know all about Talent because I get to spend time with you guys on stream. So
hey, nice.
There you go. I'm full of compliments tonight.
Kiss ass.
Yeah, I know. we got Ro Collecting saying Outcast issue #1 has a giant size artist proof edition, definitely worth checking out. I feel like Kirkman is like a big proponent of that. I think he digs that kind of stuff for sure, because we've seen
I think
that
he loves his artists. Yeah.
Yeah, we just saw that recently with Skinbreaker too. So
yeah, and numbered the second Treasury edition's coming out too this week. So
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
All right, I'll throw another quick suggestion out there, a recommendation for an underrated book. I'll try to fit this in within 3 minutes here. I think that this is a tricky one. I don't know if it's underrated because I know that it's been read probably by a couple people because it's more modern. But All Against All by Alex Packnadel and Casper Wingard. I really had a good time with that book, and it was something that, like, maybe it's the fact that it was such a quick series. I believe it was only maybe 6 issues, maybe even just 5. I can't remember. It was one of the two. But I mean, it was just like it hit us really hard and it was gone in a flash. But man, such a cool storyline where basically one of the main characters, like the character that you want to follow through, is not the main hero, if you will. He's kind of the villain of the story. And it's almost like Predator. If you're swapping places, the human is now hunting the aliens, and the aliens are the ones that are kind of on the defense, trying to, survive this guy who's basically been raised in this terraformed area. And he's kind of like, he's like Tarzan hunting all these people down. Really cool story, really fun vibe to it. And Casper Wingard's artwork, I'll try my best not to mention Power Fantasy. Oops, I did it. You already know I'm a huge fan of Casper Wingard. So yeah, his artwork was totally killer in that. I had such a good time with that, and the color palette was gorgeous. So All Against All, I feel like flew a little bit under the radar.
Yeah, that was crazy good. Did you read that one? That was crazy.
I did. I don't know. I don't know if I finished it though, to be honest with you. I remember that was the one where they were trying to like assimilate like DNA and different aspects of different species.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, the cosmos type of thing.
Yeah.
I don't know if I finished that one, but I do remember enjoying the first couple issues. But I don't, sometimes things fall through the cracks or by the wayside for whatever reason.
Yeah, that was I love that one so much. Like the art and the coloring especially was crazy good on that. And I remember and that was when Casper was relatively new to me as an artist, I feel like, and so didn't he have another book out around that same time? Was it like a Western, right? Or am I misremembering?
I know I don't know if it was the same time, but I think it was maybe a little bit before. He had done a book with Dan Waters called Limbo. That was done through Image. Oh, he did Homesick Pilots. Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, there is that.
Oh, that was him?
That was him.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought he did another book though. I need to look it up real quick and just make sure, because I'm losing my mind. Let's see. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta. There was some Western book that came out around that time, and I thought Wingard was on it, but I don't remember. Anyway, yeah, but all Against All was crazy fun. I remember again, just the color palette alone, those purples and greens and yellows and all that stuff. It was really cool.
Dude, they work so well.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
All right. That's perfect, our buzzer. Timing. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel one more time. See what's up. Let's go.
It's a good drum roll.
That was good. Yeah, that was
good. There's that one of one.
Oh, here we go. One of one.
Yo, the Dangerous Street.
Hold on, let me get a donation. I want in on this.
Yeah. Get your last donations in quick.
Yeah, right. Seriously.
All right, Simpleton, can you put a little bit of detail in the chat here for some folks? Maybe how many issues and signed and whatnot, just whatever you want.
But he put this together himself, y'all.
Yeah.
He found this book. And it's got this incredible, I don't even know what to call the cover, right? With the way you can.
Yeah, the cutout,
the die cut or whatever. Yeah,
he's rolling his eyes at us because we have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I know. He's laughing.
Butchering my work, dude.
God, these idiots. All right, we're hitting it. Let's see who wins this one of one Danger Street. Tom King from The Amazing Simpleton.
Oh,
it's gonna be Dane.
Dane,
congrats.
Good job, Dane. Make note of it on our sheet here.
Wow, what a win.
Yep.
And yeah, don't worry, I will make sure that Nick gets that mailed out. It's not going to end up in his collection. I know
It's in his possession right now. It's not. It's
Oh,
not
dang
even
it.
in
Okay.
mine. Yeah, it's not even in mine. Don't worry about
It's
that.
kind of become a trend that we give you a hard time, regardless if you're here or not. So I had to sneak something in. So,
all right, Dane.
oh,
Congratulations, bud.
yes, congratulations. That's awesome.
Hit remove. Hit remove. Simpleton. I'll follow up with you, bud. Thank you so much for
right.
that donation, dude. That was amazing, and it's going to a good home. Thanks,
Heck
bud.
yeah. We've had a couple more awesome underrated comic recommendations in the chat here. DJ saying Sync by Comics Tribe. That one, I'll be honest, right over my head. So DJ, let me know, man. What's
DJ said he said earlier Devil That Wears My Face from Pepos and Alex Cormack too. Yeah, that's a great recommendation.
Yeah, heck yeah.
Spoiler, we talked to David last night.
Oh yeah.
We're putting that video together now. So
yeah,
that we brought it up. Yeah.
Heck yeah, that was a great conversation. Oh, here we go. Dr. Von Hoot knows a little bit of something. Good shout out, DJ. Sync is tremendous. John Lees is a great writer and lovely bloke. Okay. Yeah, if it's a John Lees book, we already have exposure to him and know that he does great work. So that makes me
for sure.
Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out now for sure. Let's see here. We got Meat Cake by Dame Darcy. Bob, you are absolutely going to have to fill me in on that one because I have no idea what that is. But I kind of love this because we called it underrated. So if we don't know it, that it's fitting the bill. That's awesome. Let's see here. We got Bob also saying that he loved Limbo. Limbo was a fun book, man. Limbo,
sure.
Yeah, Limbo was honestly the reason that I didn't have as good a time with Homesick Pilots as I thought I could have because Limbo was so freaking good and it was the same creative team. So I thought I was going to get the same experience, and Homesick Pilots was a little bit different, just a tad.
Yeah.
We got Rogue saying didn't see many people. Dude, Hexagon Bridge.
What a beautiful book that was.
Now that's a great call.
Dude, no joke. It was maybe 2 weeks ago. I was driving around. I may have been going to one of the shops on a weekend or something like that. And Hexagon Bridge just popped into my head. I'm like, man, what has that guy done since then? Because I'm so stoked. I want to read something more. Nothing. There's absolutely nothing else.
Really? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah. Richard Blake. Yeah. If you're watching, we're waiting. Put out the next book. We want to see it, and we will buy it.
Yeah.
Simpleton, I think, is referring to the Western book here.
Yes, it is. And so my brain's going crazy because I'm thinking about Hayden Sherman right now on Batman, on Dark Pattern, but I'm also thinking about Wingard on something else, and they were coming out around the same time. So yes, thank you for clarifying.
There we are.
But Above Snakes is the book I was thinking about. Good call.
Now it all makes sense here. Yeah. We also got Simpleton saying about the Danger Street. It's 12 issues long, and yes, it is a die cut cover. So yay, we got it right.
Yay, we're not idiots.
Yeah.
Well,
speak for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Jorge Fornes on art. Yeah, Jorge Fornes just doesn't do enough artwork in comics nowadays, man.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. Stu, why don't we kick it over to you, man? What's your next underrated pick?
All right, so I feel like Rick Remender's got to make this list for me some kind of way. And I was going back and forth. I do think, but I still think for as great as a writer he is, I think he has plenty of underrated titles. Convince me, brother. You wouldn't agree?
I'm open to being convinced, but right here and right now, I don't know.
I think for me, Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, man. I think that one slipped under a lot of people's radars with the time frame it came out, and for whatever reason, I think that one's super slept on. So Rick and Andre Lima Arojo, tell this this wild story of the dark web and murder for hire and coming upon torturous crime scenes and the very, very natural human reactions that you would have to that. And it's I don't know, man, it's an incredible book. I love revisiting it just because I feel like it's a very quick read in terms of pacing and just the way it's set up, because there's really not much text or dialogue throughout. And I don't know. It's just a super intense story, and I just love revisiting it, and I love talking about it. And I just feel like of Remender's catalog, I think that one kind of slips under the radar more than most. So I don't know. I just wanted to bring that one. And I think, again, I'm not sure exactly when it dropped, but I think it's
few
a
years
time
ago,
frame.
right? Yeah.
Yeah, a couple
Yeah, I
years.
think it kind of like was in the COVID time frame is what I'm saying. And it might have suffered a little bit in that sense. But yeah, man. I don't know. Love that one. What y'all's take? You think it's underrated, not underrated? Appropriately rated?
Go for it, Nick. What's your opinion?
I actually I think I read the first volume of it. I need to go back and finish it out and see what's going on. It was a book that I wasn't ready for it, to be honest with you. I wasn't ready for that kind of story or what was going on. So it's a book I didn't give a fair shot to. So I need to go back and read that one. But I know you did a breakdown on it, right? You did a short box on it.
I did a
So,
surrounded by short boxes on it.
yeah. So that was inspiring. So I was like, man, I should go back and give that one another shot because I don't think I did a good enough job the first time.
Yeah, surrounded by short boxes out here impacting wallets. Just in case you didn't know,
Yeah, for real.
you know,
You're welcome.
I will say yes. Yeah, that is the most convincing book you could have chose. As soon as I like started to poo on you picking Rick Remender, I'm like, man, he's gonna say Righteous Thirst for Vengeance, and I'm not gonna be able to refute it at all because it does. It flies so under the radar. I remember I didn't read any single issue, but the name, you know, it holds weight. So I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna get the deluxe edition because I know it's gonna be worthwhile because of who created it. And I remember I just burned through it, like not even in a weekend, like, you know, in an afternoon, because it is. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can very easily get through a collected edition in a sitting without a shadow of a doubt. And man, there's so much cool. There's so many cool things about that. But I have to say, for my threshold of violence and gore and things like that, it about reached the pinnacle of what I'm comfortable reading without being like, gnarly. I'm closing this. It is gnarly. It is so gnarly. And I really dig too the fact that okay, this sucks because I don't remember if this is the dude's real name or if it's just Wong in the Doctor Strange movies.
No, Benedict Wong.
It is Benedict Wong. Okay, cool. Yeah. I'm like, that dude is 100% Benedict Wong without a shadow.
Rooster already called it.
Oh, did he call it? Okay.
Benedict Wong, very demure. Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I love the fact that the dude played the principal on the Deadly Class TV show. Rick Remender turns around, drops him in a book here as the main character. It was such a cool thing to do. But all right, you convinced me, Stu. Absolutely great pick.
Yeah, good call. Good call. All right, that buzzer means it's time for another thank you prize wheel spin. So let's go ahead and spin the prizes. See what's up. Good luck, everyone. Let's see what's coming up now.
What do we got?
It's gonna sneak in. All right, cool. So this is a cool bundle that I put together. This is actually Guilt Frame, which is a great little indie story that was just came out a little bit ago. And also, it's the whole story. It's 3 issues. They're giant size. It's a great crime, French crime art kind of a book. It's really, really interesting.
It's like if Wes Anderson did like a crime book.
Exactly. Matt Kent is on it.
Matt Kent, like, so underrated. Can we? I don't mean to be.
No, yeah. Let's stay on theme here. Yeah, Matt Kent.
Seriously, though, God, like everything that guy does is wonderful.
Yes.
Yep. So we have that one paired up. That's a 3-issue series. They're extra size. And that's going to be paired up with a series from AWA called New Think. Now, New Think, I think it was 5 issues. It's very much in the vein of, like, I don't want to say it's like an assorted crisis events, but it is an existential kind of a book. It looks at different parts of our society in unique ways. And it's a very inspiring book. It's a book that'll make you think. It's all about culture and everything and technology and how we handle each other. So it's a really great little pairing right there. You got some drama, you got some little crime, passion kind of stuff. So really interesting little indie bundle right there we put together for you. So let's see who the winner for this one is. Here we go.
Let's go. Who is it?
This one's going to be Mr. Rogue. Got this one, bud.
Let's go. Right, man. Congrats, bro.
Much. We'll get you added right here. All right. And we'll be spinning again here in just a little bit.
Start that clock again. All right. Let's see. We've had a couple comments come through here. All right, let's see here. We got DJ saying Righteous Thirst was fire. Dude,
Hell
yeah,
bro.
you already know we agree, man. God, that artwork was the artwork, the level of like not realism, right? Like, how would you describe it? It's got a
I would, because like when
tone.
you're not to go back to the horrific violence again, but that first scene when he discovers those people who have been murdered, just the way they play off that terror and like I forget what it's going, like the tea kettle or something that's going off in the background, and the way he's carrying the sound all through those panels. It was just, I don't know. It felt so believable and lived in.
Oh my God. Yeah. The guy that was hunting them down in the latter part of the storyline and what he does to people. God. Yeah, so brutal. So awesome though. Yeah, definitely check that out. I think John's Comics with Friends was a fan of that book as well, if my memory is correct. I think he did a video about it.
I think you're right.
Yeah. We got Simple saying, let's see, it's funny, Stu, because if you guys do this next year, I'm donating that book. All right. We have another unique book that would be coming down the pipeline. Mark your calendars, 365 days from now. Let's see.
Yeah. Worth it.
Oh, okay. So Omega's asking what the theme is tonight here. Yeah, I think I answered you in the chat here. Underrated books, though. So Omega, I already know you're a voracious reader. So let us know. Underrated books, man. What are you throwing out there?
Yeah.
Okay, let's see here. Near Zero agreeing. SBS definitely impacting wallets here.
Appreciate you, brother.
Part of the problem, Stu. Jeez.
Yeah. Glad to be part of the problem.
Best problem. We got Simple also saying old boy level violence. Well, Stu, you're the resident horror aficionado, man. I've never seen Old Boy. I don't think Old Boy is more action than horror, isn't it?
Yeah. I would. Okay. Well, that's it.
Yeah, I'll take your word for it. Let's see here.
Yeah.
Let's see. We got Omega saying the watercolors in that series are legit. I believe he was referring to Guilt Frame. Yes.
Yeah, it was really nice. Yeah.
And that was an interesting book too, because it was Matt Kent was kind of more the art on that one. It was his mother that actually was the storyteller, right? I'm sure that Matt Kent had a hand in it to craft the story, but it's kind of cool that they worked together on that.
It was great. It reminded me of like Clue set in France in an art museum or whatever it was. So it's that kind of a thing.
Yeah, good call. Good call. We got DJ saying The Me You Love in the Dark by Scotty Young was super underrated. Yeah, I think that was the one that catapulted him into God, what was the Western that he did with Jorge Corona right after this? The name is totally escaping me.
We're
all gonna do it. We're all gonna
do it.
Yeah.
No.
It's one of my favorite books.
I know.
Ain't No Grave.
Ain't No Grave.
Yeah, Ain't No Grave. There you go.
Damn.
Stu, do a
that was actually
about that. We're just gonna keep it.
We gotta talk about that book. That book was great.
Oh my God.
I love that book.
Yeah.
That book, I think that you talk about a great silent issue. That book had a great silent issue.
Oh, dude, no kidding.
And the ending too was just, it hits you right in the heartstrings, man.
Oh yeah.
All right, we got another one from Bob here. Underrated book, Bloodrick by Andrew Cranky. Oh man, I have such a hard time pronouncing that.
We met him at Heroes Con. Yeah, we met him at Heroes. He was a cool dude.
Yeah, super nice, super gracious.
Got a sketch from him and stuff. Yeah, he was really nice. I think he was a Sunday guy.
From him?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
On the collab piece, yeah.
Isn't it okay? Oh, that's right. I was gonna say, isn't it amazing? We spent an entire weekend together and we like stand in all those lines, and there's still things that each one of us got that I'm like, wait, you got that? When did you do that?
Yeah,
that was
I think
one
he
of
was
my
a
favorites.
Sunday.
That was one of my favorites because he was the guy who wrote the G.I. Joe Silent Missions issue that been like just finding that out kind of like right there with him. But that was really cool. He was
he did
really nice dude.
Roadblock, right?
Yeah. The Roadblock.
Yeah.
Super he was sitting over across from Jeffrey Allen Love over there by Felix.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Those silent issues were awesome.
Oh my God, love those.
All right. I'll throw out another underrated book. I'm going to go with we have a couple of them. All right, I'm going to go with this one. Lotus Land that came out from Boom Studios.
Ooh.
Everyone, if you hang with us on a regular basis, if you talk to us in the chats or on the side in the Instagram chats and all that stuff, you know that we're always talking about Darcy Van Polkes. We're big fans of his writing. Little Bird was fantastic. Precious Metal was fantastic. And because of that, I feel like this kind of, it goes under the radar a little bit. But I got to say, this was like, it was like Darcy wanting to play in the Blade Runner kind of universe. That's the vibe that I got from this storyline, because it was all about this, down on his luck detective kind of character who had mysteries that happened in his past here regarding his family, particularly his child, out to solve a mystery. And every turn that he goes on, basically everyone is kind of, is working against him, right? Nothing works out in his favor. Really great artwork by, I don't know how to pronounce his name, Cao. Would that be Cow?
I don't know.
Last name Felipe. But yeah, it really cool art style on that one. I really enjoyed that book. I think that's I'm kind of a sucker already for that Blade Runner-esque kind of universe, that cyberpunk kind of world. And when you have a writer that has the prowess like Darcy does, he gets to play with a lot of ideas and really kind of let things simmer and marinate for a little bit, and not necessarily tell you what the answer is, but he kind of walks you through that journey to where you're allowed to find out what your answer is through the book. And I feel like Lotus Land really is able to deliver on that. I know. So Nick, I know you read this one for sure. Stu, did you read this one?
I want to say I read some issues. I don't know. It's not as fresh in my memory though, honestly. So I don't know if I've finished it or something like that, but I don't know. I know I need to revisit it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Nick, what were your thoughts, man?
I got to revisit it too. It was definitely like I had so many expectations going into it, and it's a different story than I was expecting. So I definitely need to go back and give it another shot and read through. There's a collected edition out there. I know that, and it's only 5 or 6 issues, so I need to go back and check it out. I love the style of it, but for whatever reason, I don't know if I ever finished it, to be honest with you.
Was this before Little Bird?
No, this came out a couple years ago.
It was in between Little Bird and Precious Metal.
Yeah, it came out before Precious Metal. Yeah.
Well, you already know we think very highly of the man. So definitely. And if my opinion doesn't sway you, Simpleton loved Lotus Land. So.
No, I've heard that one always talked about like that.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if the man is good enough to be best friends with Ram V and Darcy Van Polgeest, you could trust his opinion. So
for sure.
Yeah, go read Lotus Land.
All right, good timing. Good timing right there. Let's go ahead and spin it again. Let's keep it going.
Prize wheel, baby.
Oh, is this going to click over to the Frizen?
All right. It made it.
All right. So all you Frizen heads out there, this is the Heroes Con exclusive foil Harley Quinn Frizen, and it's also signed with a nice silver metallic pen in the top left. This is one that we picked up. I was in line with to see Jenny Frizen. And
it's one of them that I got.
Yep. So I said Eric on a mission. He did not disappoint, and here it is.
No, he came through all right. He came through
for sure. All right, we're gonna spin. Who's got this one? Good luck, everyone. Ooh, is it gonna be Damien again?
Oh my god!
All right, Damien.
Wow.
Hey, it pays to stack some donations, man.
Yes,
that's
for
awesome. Sure. That's dope.
Yeah, and by the way, we're still monitoring everyone. So like we got chats open. I'm checking my email consistently. If you want to get more chances, donate. Get us that.
Put a donation in. Get on that wheel.
Yeah, you'd be shocked at how easy it would be to get your name added onto this wheel.
That's right. There we go. All right, all set over here. I had one that came to mind.
Okay, let's hear it.
Book.
Yeah, man.
And we actually met Zach Kaplan over at Heroes Con. I got Metal Society signed from him. Metal Society came out in 2022. I don't know how to pronounce the artist's first name, but I think the last name is Balbi, Balbi. And it was a great book. It kind of took this like Terminator kind of a thing, and it flipped it upside down a little bit, where like, or it was even Matrix-ish, where like the robots were running the world, right? They were the first class citizen, and the humans were kind of shoved away, and they were doing the lesser jobs, the jobs that we think of like simple AI or robotics to be doing now, or whatever it might be, right? Like very, very blue collar, repetitive tasks kinds of things. Like that's what the humans were for. And there was a rise in the rise of the humans essentially. And they were going to kind of settle their differences between the culture, the robotic culture and the human culture, by going into a boxing fight, like an MMA fight almost, right? So they picked one champion on the robot side, one on the human side. There's a lot of conflict about like, why are we doing this? Is it moral? Whatever it might be. But the idea was that these two were going to square off and see who reigns supreme, right? Man or machine. So it was a really great book. It had a great, it just had a lot of great commentary on just society in general and how it integrates with technology. And it had a really interesting robot point of view too. I believe there's like some evening news kind of correspondence with some robots, and they had very playful tones and they're very condescending to the humans and things like that. So it had a really cool element, comedic element too, but it was full of drama, lots of great action. I think it had a great message behind it. So yeah, I'm going to say Metal Society from Zach Kaplan. That was an Image Comics, came out in 22.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I have not read that one. I've really enjoyed a lot of Zach Kaplan's work though. Like his book that he's coming out with right now, Mastermind, has been really good. I really like. If I had to pick a favorite, Mindset really was effective for me. I really enjoyed his work, but it seems like
Mindset was great.
Yeah, it seems like the dude has a passion for technology and its integration within our world and some of the downsides of that stuff. I feel like that's a theme that he likes to play with a lot, and he does it really well.
Yeah. Yep. I always have fond memories of Metal Society because that's a book that Nick put me on to when I was really trying to get some game. Had to go to had to go to my boy. You had the I think your like year-end list or something like that.
Yeah.
I don't know. If it was Indy something like that, but yeah, that was on there and a bunch of other great. But you put me onto a bunch of other great books that year. But
yeah, there you go.
Yeah, man.
That was a good one. And it was cool to meet Zach Kaplan over at Heroes. He's in seller mode, man. When you're meeting him, I'd love to sit him down and get him in a casual setting and just kind of pick his brain a little bit. He's a cool dude. But yeah, I like that book a lot, and the art was spectacular, and the covers were great too. So yeah, it was a great one.
Yeah, he's one of the rare writers that was at Heroes Con. We only had a handful of them that weren't writer artists as well. But yeah, so it's always cool seeing writers in that arena as opposed to just the artists.
Yeah, very true. Yeah.
Stu, man, why don't you go ahead and hit us with another underrated book?
All right, it's my turn. Is it? Let me see here. Check my list and get a good one. I wanted to go, dude. I really gotta say it. I'm sorry. I gotta go Power Fantasy. I think it's still totally underrated.
I didn't say it.
It is. I think
we all took bets. Who's gonna bring it up? Yeah.
Kieran Gillen, Casper Wingard. Like it's just I think it's really the best superhero saga that we've had this year. I think it's everything that we, wanted the X-Men line to be. I think we wanted to play with these type of crazy high concept ideas, but also grounded in this this emotional decision making, right?
Yeah.
And it's just been brilliant synergy between writer and artist, and I love this. All these characters, I'm just like super invested in, and I'm gonna scream this book from the rooftops. I think it deserves all its flowers, and I think we know it's not getting enough love because unfortunately the creators have talked about it. I think their original vision is in maybe a little bit of jeopardy because of sales. So that I want to be out here promoting these books that I love, and this one is that. And it doesn't get talked about enough because it's one of those kind of rare niche, independent image superhero books that is not invincible or in that kind of mainstream universe. I feel like this one deserves all the like I said, all the flowers, and I just want to talk about it as much as possible, man. Power Fantasy, it's been incredible like cliffhangers and shocking moments and just well paced, well structured storytelling. The characterization is, like I said, has been incredible. So yeah, man, had to talk about it.
Yeah,
Power Fantasy.
Yeah, you already know I'm going to say it's a great call, man. We're 12 issues in. We've had 12 moments that have been jaw-dropping, that have made me have to put the book down and kind of like take a lap, like I walk, through the kitchen, around the foyer, back into the dining room, just to kind of like recenter myself, be like, oh my God, did that just happen? That just happened.
Yeah.
You guys already know I followed through on the Krakoa time frame after Hickman left the X-Men line, and I gotta say, Gillen was the one that was holding it down. He was the glue that kept me really invested in that, because Immortal X-Men was playing with ideas that they're doing in power fantasy, but you could just so easily tell that it was very handcuffed. It was a Marvel property. There's only so much he can do. This is unchained, untethered Kieran Gillen playing with those same ideas. It's the same thing. I was like, if you love X-Men and you're frustrated over the fact that like some of the stuff that they do is just plain silly and no one is able to unleash the full force of their power, read power fantasy. You're gonna be excited over this stuff. It's a guarantee. Plus, Casper Wingard, 2 times now that we've mentioned him. 2 times. Casper Wingard, man. Artist of the year, maybe. I don't know. We'll find out.
Maybe.
Yeah,
it's cool what they were doing with that book, because it's we have like the X-Men and things like that. We understand their power sets and how alpha they could be, or omega they could be. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but this is a book that truly shows that better, I think, because at the end of the day, a lot of the X-Men books are very much like local threats in a way, but these people can impact regions at a time instantly, or things across the world instantly with their power sets. So it just makes it way more interesting, I think. And so it does have that X-Men quality to it, but it really amplifies everything to like godlike status. It's like, I don't know. I mean, I'm not the most well-versed like X-Men guy, but I feel like a lot of those guys are just local threats. There, of course, there's some bigger, wider things, but like we're talking about people in power fantasies with a thought can like wipe out nations, or just destroy a continent if they get too mad or something like that, or just bring an apocalypse down and hellfire and stuff. It's really cool to see that level of power and the chess match that they're all playing with each other to keep each other in check. Really cool stuff.
Yeah, everybody's omega level, and it's like the fragility of their relationships, and you're just waiting for something to break. It's incredible.
Yes, exactly. Have we reached the time? Is it time?
Yeah, we did. We reached the time. Let's go ahead and spin this thing again. See what's coming up. Like I said, guys, we're going to spin it at least a dozen times tonight. So if you don't win something tonight and you're on the wheel, you'll probably pick up something tomorrow.
Heck yeah.
All right, so this is cool. So we have these Choose Your Destiny Star Wars bundles that I put together. They're, Sith and Jedi alternating covers. There's about 11 or so. I have 2 different bundles for this. They look great as like a set. They're really cool. Some minor first appearances scattered throughout these. There are a bunch of different Star Wars books that came out. So yeah, that one's really cool. Like I said, I have 2 different bundles for that one. So let's go ahead and spin for a winner. Who's picking up this great Choose Your Destiny Star Wars set?
Good luck, everyone.
Good luck. And we got Fluff. Right.
Fluff with the Star Wars.
Good job. All right. So I'll tag that one E on the back end because I know which one it is.
Nice.
Cool.
Perfect.
Awesome. Sweet. Congratulations. I'm going to go ahead and start this again. I'm going to remove you, and then I know which one that is. All right.
Perfect. All right. We had a couple comments that were coming in here. There we go. Love seeing this. Lotus Land getting added to the wish list. Heck yeah. Lotus Land is cool. Been wanting to do a reread. It's awesome covers by Alex Eklund Lawn. Yes. Yeah, I'm due for a reread on this as well. Like, we were talking like having a hard time recollecting what was happening on that one. It's definitely worthwhile of a reread without a shadow of a doubt. And of course, Simpleton has to mention, Darcy has a real nice copy of Lotus Land. I wonder who made it for him. Let's see here. Here we go. Rooster Blue. In fact, Rooster, I'm not sure if I said what up. So nice. Thank you for hanging with us, man. Good seeing you. Since your Darcy Van Polkey's talk got me thinking about Ian Bertram, I'll shout out House of Penance. Dude, yeah. Awesome suggestion there. That was, I think I went backwards in time and read House of Penance after I saw his work in Little Bird, but Funny story. So that's based on the Winchester Mystery House. And if you don't know what that is, it's kind of like this. It's this house that's out here and in the Bay Area that the Winchester family, the matriarch of the family, started building. And basically, she was crazy, or she was seeing ghosts, or something manipulated her or influenced her to basically continuing to build additions to this house. And the entire reason that she was doing so was basically to trap ghosts in there, or to make them, to basically build this maze of a house that the ghosts would get confused and not know where to go. So there's staircases that go to nowhere. There's, doors that lead out to no balcony, just a complete drop off the side of a building here. It's the weirdest, wildest house you will ever see. They have stairs that are like 3 centimeters high and 3 centimeters deep that you have to like maneuver your way down to the basement. Crazy freaking house. It was one of the earliest dates I went on with my wife as well. So I'll always have a soft spot for that.
Also, one of the best Alan Moore Swamp Thing issues is about that house.
Get out of here. Are you serious?
Yeah, I'm dead serious. Oh, really? Did you not know this? I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you after the show. Oh, it's incredible.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You still remember the.
Oh man, you're right. I should, but it's all of in that one. It's about the ghosts from the murders, right? Of like all the gun sales and stuff like that. But it's fantastic.
Heck yeah. All right, I'm excited. I want to read that. Well, I want to read Swamp Thing anyway, but yeah, heck yeah. Let's see here. We got Omega saying, glad people are finally really embracing that X-Men comparison. Hope more people see what KG can do. Dude, Gillen is just so good, man. He's like really like become one of my absolute favorite writers. So much so that I'll go ahead and I'll throw one of my underrated picks out there. Once and Future by Kieran Gillen, and a little known artist at the time by the name of Dan Mora. I had no idea who Dan Mora was. And I would argue that most people didn't know who Dan Mora was at the time, because this was the book that I feel like really catapulted him into stardom and got him over at DC doing basically all the DC things, right? It's like him and Jorge Jimenez that are like running things over there from an artistic quality standpoint. But Once and Future, I've said this story a million times here, so apologies, you're going to hear it one more time. There was 2 books that came out from Boom Studios at the same time. Something is Killing the Children and Once and Future. And my wallet only allowed me to get one of those, and it was Once and Future. And I, for the longest time, was kicking myself, not because I disliked Once and Future, but because Something is Killing the Freaking Children blew up, became so freaking sought after, became so expensive, and people were making so much money selling their issues of that on eBay, and it was driving me nuts. But I will say this: Once and Future does something that Something is Killing the Children has not been able to do, which is to tell a story that came out on a monthly cadence that told a satisfying start, middle, and end. It was so freaking good. And the story behind this is that it's the Arthurian legend, right? It's King Arthur, but it's what if King Arthur comes back, and all of the downsides of that story that we don't get to hear about. It's not the sword and the stone. It's not this happy-go-lucky kid who has the best intent for England in mind. It's a person that was deeply rooted in racist thoughts, right? And it was a person that has a lot of magical qualities surrounding him that really influence everything about him, so much that there could be demonic qualities about it. The other cool thing is that this came out before Department of Truth, and there's a lot of ideas that they play within this book about the manifesting of ideas and how like kind of group thought can manifest those things into reality. And it's like the more people that believe in Arthur and the Arthurian legend, the more powerful he becomes. So really cool story, again, by Kieran Gillen, who gets to tell the complete story. I believe it runs for like 30 to 35 issues. Man, it's so good. And Dan Mora is on every single one of those issues. Doesn't miss a beat, never misses a deadline. Man, I love that story so much, man. We talk about rereads. That's one that I definitely need to go back and reread for sure. Did you guys, did either of you read this? And
I love it, dude. I love that one. Yeah. I think that now that we're talking about Kieran, I think, I'm thinking about Young Avengers. This show's in danger of becoming a Kieran Gillen love fest here. But
bring the love.
Die as well. But yeah, dude, I loved Once and Future. I thought it was brilliant, and Dan Mora's work on that is just is something else. It's awesome. I love how he plays. I think it definitely hits harder if you're an Englishman, right? But it's still like I love how it plays with with myth and legend in such a cool and innovative way. So that one was brilliant. Like you said, you know, just great and consistent over so many issues. So a joy to have a series like that around. But yeah.
Nick, did you read this one?
I did not read this one. I remember it being on the shelf next to Something Skilled in the Children. I didn't get either of them. And then I got Something Skilled in the Children #2. And then Once in Future, I think Robbie and them were talking about it, right? When it was coming out, if I'm not mistaken. And I never went back and read that one. I need to put it on my list.
Yeah. Well, it's nice to know that Robbie read one Kieran Gillen book in his lifetime.
It's rough. Something going up against Something That's Killing Children is like, you know, going up against The Sopranos on Sunday night. It's like that's a tough task.
Yeah, but remember that was before Tynan was a household name. That's what made him a household name, which was why I felt so conflicted over it. Are we ready to do another spin here?
We are ready to spin again. Let's go ahead and do it. I know we had Damien just join us in the chat. Damien, you've already racked up a few different things already.
Yeah, man, you won like 3 times.
Yeah, you're cleaning up, man. Good. Yeah, nice seeing you.
You are cleaning up.
Yeah, thank you for your donation.
Eric, we got your Batman bundle. What do they got from here?
Oh, shit. Nice.
We have not 1 arc, not 2 arcs, not even 3 arcs. We have the entire Chip Zdarsky run of Batman, largely done with Jorge Jimenez on artwork. We're talking about the origin story of Joker. We're talking about Zur-En-Arrh. We're talking about a multiverse of Batman taking over.
Fail safe.
Yes, taking over a robotic army of Batmen. This was an awesome storyline here. You get every single issue of this run. A couple first appearances in here, if I'm not mistaken, as well. We have a couple cool things that are going on around the KG Beast time frame of the arc here as well. So yeah, really awesome Batman bundle. And who doesn't like Batman? So like,
it's like 30 issues. So yeah.
Nick's
it's a big
when he came back from the moon, when he came plummeting down from the moon. Nick loved that.
That was the best part. That was awesome. I don't know what you guys are talking about. Let's spin to see who's picking up this great Batman bundle. Chip Zdarsky's run, about 30 issues. Crazy stuff. Damien, you're coming up, bro. All right, buddy.
Oh, Damien.
Goodness gracious.
Right.
Welcome to the Damien cast.
Congratulations, bro.
Good job, dude.
Yep.
All right.
Remove, starting the timer. See you guys in about 7 minutes.
There we go. All right, Nick, do you have another one ready to rock and roll here? Do you want us to go with another one?
Yeah, I mean, I'll throw an obvious one out there probably for us, but I just want to keep shouting out because it's a great series. Travel into Mars, right? So Mark Russell,
nice call.
Mark Russell putting out Travel into Mars. That was it was just a great story. It's just like it's one of those stories where it's high on narration, it's heavy on narration, but it's so poetic. And he does that in a lot of his books. But this is a book he does it like the most consistently, and it's just a revelatory statement over and over and over and over again. And every issue has a very specific focus about an element in his past, the lessons learned, how it applied to the current state of where he was, either in his journey or on Mars itself. And so there was just so much heart to that book. And I think it was very consistent. Like sometimes writers, they can get into their groove and you're like, okay, they're in their groove right now. And then they can deviate from that. And it gets kind of annoying and they kind of find their way back. This was a story where like every single issue, he was in his groove. And it was very much a Mark Russell book. It had all the satire. It had all the heart. It had all the introspective parts to it. It also had a really cool message to it as well. So I think Traveling to Mars is just continues to be just like a great series that I don't hear anybody talking about anymore now that it's over with, especially. We had Mark on the channel and we got to talk to him in length about this. So if you want to know more about it, you can check that video out. Shameless plug. And then, I was actually able to pick up the Star Wars homage variant cover original art. It's up here somewhere, right up here. I'm just a huge fan of that series and the creative team around it. So yeah, Traveling to Mars, I think, from Mark Russell, that was a fantastic book.
Yeah, great call. I would argue that we're all such big fans of it that we've been waited on bated breath for.
I'm about to say we're going to go ahead and plug it. Yeah, waiting on that.
I forgot about that. Thanks for bringing that up.
We've been waiting on the Kickstarter for 2 years. I thought about it as soon as you said it. I don't know how you forgot about it.
Yeah, no kidding.
It's crazy. Yeah, it's crazy.
Well, luckily the creative team is not behind the
No.
distribution of that book here, and they did fantastic work.
I'd say between like that and Not All Robots with Mike Diodato, those are like my two favorite things that Russell's written, I think.
Not All Robots, that was great.
Yeah.
Man, but I don't know if I think number 2.
Traveling to Mars was just so, like Nick said, it was so consistent every issue, and he really, really stuck that landing. I thought it was really strong, and just had it just really like that whole like framework of dude being in space, getting farther from Earth, reflecting on his life, was just put it in Russell's wheelhouse, where I can be like, he can do that poetic thing, he can be funny, he can be profound. Like that's really, I think, where he does what he does best, and that book really, I think, worked to all his strengths.
Yeah. I feel like the satire, while it was definitely a Mark Russell book, was undercut a little bit by just the sheer amount of heart that it had. I think Russell has like a great ability of bringing both of those, but I feel like sometimes that satire sits a level above the heart, and this one it kind of flipped the script, and there was so much emotional quality to the character and his journey and everything that he goes through and everyone that he's connected with as well, and like seeing how all of those things progress, knowing what he knows and what the end of his journey looks like too, man. That's what made that book really, really special for me.
And you never knew what you're going to get either. Like every issue that came out, you knew the ultimate story was going to progress, him getting towards Mars, but you never quite knew what the flashback was going to be or what the tale was going to be. So it was never anything you could predict, besides the fact that he's continuing on his main mission. But that wasn't even the story. The story was just like this guy's life and the things he's gone through and the lessons he's learned and how he can kind of change things around in the 11th hour to redeem himself somehow for either himself or his family or whatever, right? And leaving behind whatever legacy he can. So it was great.
Yeah. And the way his like a relationship with those robots just took on this whole other thing, and that final arc was crazy.
We can't recommend that book enough. I mean, our chat was all predicated really on the culmination of Traveling to Mars when we reached out to Mark Russell too. So actually I take that back, because we didn't even really do that. So shout out to Chris from Lost in Comics for really making that all happen. I completely forgot about that fact. So kudos to you, Chris. Thank you for
that was our first interview together, right?
That was
like
our first,
all three of us.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It's when the magic happened, fellas.
It was
all downhill.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. What a day.
Well, the internet connections have gotten a lot better since.
The Wi-Fi has gotten better, huh?
Oh, man.
AWS. Good Lord.
Let's see. We've had a couple people join us here and a couple good comments come through here. We got so Sleepy Rita joined us here. He's saying we should take him off the wheel here. Damien, may I argue that you're taking yourself off the wheel every single time you win one of these things too? Also, it's a good opportunity to let you guys know it doesn't end tonight. While this stream may end, your name, if it's on that wheel still, it's going to be there tomorrow over on Dr. Doom's fan club for Ink and Insights. So make sure that you follow us along for that second show, because we're still going to have prizes. Your donations still carry over. So come check us out over on that show.
Yeah. If you're on the wheel, you don't win, come back tomorrow night.
Yes, absolutely. We got Pete hanging with us here. Pete, always good seeing you, man.
Pete, what up?
Let's see here. We got the good doctor here saying a bad Batman comic is still a good Batman comic. Yeah, Batman is a little bit like pizza in that way. Yeah. We got Omega saying no such thing as Batman fatigue. I think we know that Stu would join you in that sentiment.
He gets it. Yeah.
We got the cheeky devil hanging with us here. Cheeky, man. Good to see you, man. I know you can't always make it for the live streams here. Always checking out the rewinds, though. We appreciate you, man. Awesome seeing you here. We got Simpleton. I don't know. I don't know if this is sincere. He's saying, holy crap, the Traveling to Mars hardcover hasn't come out yet. Now, are you rubbing it in? Because you probably got one. He's trolling. You're such a troll, dude. Oh, my God. But we love it. We love it.
Yeah, we cuss out our inbox every time that freaking update comes every 3 months.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's been on a ship. They've done the waves of fulfillments, and I don't know how many waves of fulfillments they've done now. But
there are so many snarky comments I've stopped myself from making on the Kickstarter to be like, so are we on wave 17 now? Or are we on the phase where you make an excuse as to why I didn't make it in phase 4? Never mind.
I just never had a Kickstarter go this long. with
I think when
fulfillment.
they shipped it, they went the other way. They're going around the world the other way just to see if it's quicker. And it turns out it's not.
I've only received 4 Kickstarters that I backed after I backed that one since that time. So
it's one of those unregistered oil ships that Russia's moving around to avoid sanctions.
Maybe it's one of those Colombian speedboats that keep getting blown up too. Who
Yeah,
knows?
there it is.
All right, that ding means it's time for the next prize. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel, see what's coming up. Here we go.
What do we got? What do we got? Oh, here we go. Okay. So
right,
this
Eric,
is kind of like
hodgepodge, man.
Yeah, this is a little bit of a hodgepodge, but there's a theme here. This is like an action set piece, right? This is an action style kind of compilation. So we got This Ends Tonight, the recent book from Jerry Duggan and Jay Lee. We got Samurai Doggy that came out from Aftershock. Really cool anime influenced kind of book here, where it's like a Ronin kind of dog that's going out there trying to right the wrongs that's been done to him. We got the entire series of Godzilla Monster Piece Theater and the Devil's Bride that came out from Vault. That's like a feudal Japan era kind of storyline there. So really cool action books that are included in this bundle.
Yeah, what is this, like 15, 16 something books as well? So
it's definitely somewhere in that realm. Yeah,
that's sweet. Tom Shelley's Monster Piece Theater was awesome. I love that so much. So all right, let's spin.
I can't believe you're giving that one away, Eric.
It zigs when you think it's gonna zag.
Simpleton. All right. Oh,
there we go.
There you go. Make something with that.
Yeah.
There you go.
There you go. There's at least 4 hardcovers that you can make.
I got you on there. All right. Remove. See you in 7.
Heck yeah. All right. Let's see. We had a couple more comments that came through here. We got Sleepy saying, I think of Mark Russell as the Kurt Vonnegut of modern comics. I think that's a great comparison. I think that is so spot on, man. So yeah, great comparison there. Let's see here. Got a bunch of congratulations. Oh, Glitter and Duct Tape. I'm sorry. I think I've seen your name a couple different times. Haven't shouted you out though. Thanks for hanging with us here.
Yeah, thanks for coming through.
Yeah. Let's see here. We got a bunch of congratulations here. Congratulations. We got Simpleton saying more practice. Do you need practice though? Do you need practice? I think that you've mastered the craft here. All right. Let's see. Who gave the last recommendation? I can't even remember at this point now.
I think it was me. Traveling to Mars, right?
Yeah, Traveling to Mars. That's right. Stu, do you have another one?
It was but an issue.
Ooh.
Radio.
Oh, sure.
Come on.
You're just trying to cause, pain and torments now. Yep.
It's just underrated in the way that it's unfulfilled, right? It was such a beautifully awesome story in this post-apocalyptic world where, music is literally like one of these last outposts on Earth, and the colors in this, like every time I go back and revisit it, are just incredible. But of course, Anand RK's artwork, Anisha on colors, Ron V writing, and Aditya Bidikar on letters. Yeah, man, this one, Vault Comics, just came out during COVID, and COVID stole this one from us. I think I think we will have another show about the comics that COVID took from us, but I think this was one of the ones that we will always say what could have been. And I don't know. I just love revisiting this first issue from time to time, and I don't know, thinking about that in my head. But this one could have been something special, and I think, I don't know, super underrated. A candle in the wind, as they say.
Yeah. Now, was it just one issue, or am I misremembering? I thought it was 2.
Was it 2?
Yeah. I mean, I don't think it was more than 2, but I think we got a couple of them because, I mean, we got our beaks wet a little bit. Like there was something there, but it could have been so much more. And so, if we're gonna cry about it, and since you brought that up, I'm gonna bring up the picture of everything else as well, because we got 4 to 5 issues into that. In fact, I think that we're only missing the last issue. We're never gonna know how that wraps up. We're just never gonna know.
Oh, wow.
And it's gone, forever gone. But that's okay.
Dude, I have I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 5 copies of Radio Apocalypse between 1 and 2.
I have like a bunch of variants too.
Oh, dude,
Yeah,
Mafood did one if I'm my memory is correct.
I don't have that one. I have a Richard Pace one. I have David Mack. Then I have I have number 1 is a 9.8 CGC.
That's dope. That's
yeah. There's some like 1 in 5s or 1 in 10s I think that were pretty cheap out there. Yeah, that's a big shame. We got to corner them somewhere and force them to start writing it again.
I was gonna say, who is them? Is it the creators or is it Vaults?
I don't care. He can take that anywhere he wants. You know, I mean, it's not unheard of to pick up a book and start somewhere else. You know.
Yeah, no kidding.
And I don't think it would be a problem for him and Anon to find that synergy again.
No, just go over to Image or something and keep it going.
Yeah, and even if not Image, Vertigo just started that imprint over there.
Vertigo, yeah, whatever. Just go to Dark Horse. I don't care where you go. Just go somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. Just finish the story for God's sake, so we can stop talking about it.
Just finish it, God damn it!
Oh man, we got Kpop Comics hanging with us here, man. Nice seeing you. Thanks for hanging with us. Let's see here. We got Simpleton saying, what a Rom V book on an underrated list. Yeah. Well, Simpleton, since you got the inside scoop on everything, if you can just kind of put it in his ear, just let him know that we're yearning for the rest of Radio Apocalypse. We would appreciate it. Yeah. And we got Bob saying, I want Paul Pope to give us some new comics. I mean, why not?
Sure.
Yeah. Great suggestion. Let me think here. I got a couple that are still left over. I'm going to go with one, Nick, that I'm surprised you haven't shouted out yet, because you've been a big fan of this book here. I think all of us have, but it's also one that, I feel like we talk a lot about, but I don't necessarily hear the greater comic community talking about. And it's We're Taking Everyone Down With Us by Matthew Rosenberg and Stefano Landini. Now, it hasn't completed yet, but I think the last issue actually just got delayed just a little bit. But man, what a surprising book. I expected it to be fun. I didn't expect it to be as fun as it is. And it's a really beautiful book too. Again, I expected it to look nice. I didn't expect it to be as quite nice as it really is. And it's kind of, oh gosh. And again, I'll say the same thing. It's humorous, and I expected that from Matthew Rosenberg. I didn't expect it to be as humorous as it was. There's a fondue joke that plays through like the entirety of an issue that just like that. It's so good. But it's like a James Bond type story, but we're seeing it through the eyes of what I guess could be a James Bond-esque villain more so than James Bond himself. Him and his daughter, who we're still finding out the mysteries of their relationship and what everything is all about there. But when a tragedy takes place, when the James Bond hero of the story, who's a little bit of a dimwit, crashes the party, their relationship changes in a big bad way. And the way that they play with that while keeping all of the heart, humor, and action kind of ramped up to 11 throughout what we've seen so far in the series has been really, really enjoyable, man. I've been having such a good time with this, and I can't wait for them to wrap it up.
Yeah. That last issue got pushed, I think, to November 12th, whatever that Wednesday is, coming up. So it's been pushed a couple different times now, but I cannot wait to see how this story ends. It's got such a great style to it. It might be what top 3 to 5 biggest surprises, I would say, of like a new release that you had no expectations for and it just blows you away.
Yeah,
like, those are great books, and it's probably in the top 3 of that kind of a category. It's just so good. It's a shame that the last issue has been delayed over a month now, I think, at this point, maybe even longer, maybe 2 months. But damn, I'm having such a good time with that book. That's a great call.
Yeah. Some of the best dialogue, I think, of the year in the book.
Yeah.
Well, and it's one thing that I actually forgot too, and it didn't make its way into a package, but here, we'll announce it right here. One of the mystery packs that ends up getting mailed out here, since we're taking everyone down with us here. Oh, I can't quite get that to look quite right. Okay. We have the Tula Lotte variant cover for issue number 1, signed by Matthew Rosenberg. So I don't know whose package is going to go in, but if you are a winner of one of the packages, this is going to make its way in there. Don't know which one yet, but we're going to find out. So if you want a chance at that, all you got to do is make another donation here. It's going to end up in one of these packs here.
Sweet. All right. Speaking of packs, let's go ahead and spin the wheel, guys. See what the next prize is going to be, and who's going to be the lucky winner there. Woo.
What do we got? What do we got?
All right, we have your Avengers pack.
There we go. Okay, yeah, Avengers pack. So we have a little bit of Brian Michael Bendis, a little bit of Al Ewing on here. We have the Avengers Prime, which was kind of the Avengers coming back together for one of the first times in modern history after the team had disassembled. So we're talking an adventure story with Cap, Thor, and Iron Man. We got the better part of the entirety of the run of Immortal Thor by Al Ewing. We have the mini series of Ant-Man and the Wasp, both written by Al Ewing. The Ant-Man story had artwork by Tom Riley, which was really good.
That was good. I like that series. Yeah.
Yeah, a really cool look back into the past and the present day of Hank Pym. And then we also have the Janet Van Dyne story as well. It wasn't drawn by Tom Riley, and the artist is escaping me. Really good stuff though. So Avengers prize pack.
Nice. All right, let's see who's going to be picking this one up. Good luck to everybody out there. All right. Oh, we got back-to-backs, I think.
That's
for Simpleton. Good job, bud.
Simpleton walking away with it. Great job, man.
Congrats, dude.
All right. Got you updated. Sweet.
There
All
we
right.
go.
Remove. See you in 7. And let me start the timer. And I'm going to step away for a moment. I'll be right back.
All right. Do your thing. Stu, I believe that that puts you next up, man. What is your next underrated book?
Man, one I want to talk about tonight is Dan Waters' Loki with I think this was
sorry.
No, you're good, dude.
I got excited.
That's the reaction I was hoping for. Hold on, let me get my list out. Yeah, Jermaine Peralta, who's on Briar, right?
Jermaine Peralta, he was on the first arc of Briar. Yep.
Right. Hell yeah. Absolutely. This one deals with kind of Loki's ship of the dam, built from the fingernails and the toenails of the damned, I think it was.
Yep.
Like, it was just super gnarly. Anyway, 3 pieces of it get shattered and scattered across the cosmos, the 7 realms as it is, and he has to retrieve them or face a new Ragnarok, being enacted upon, with the entire cosmos because of the power of this ship in the wrong hands. It goes to some very interesting places with like who this winds. I don't want to spoil it for you guys if you haven't read it, but like as far as like who these pieces wind up with. And this was just like one of those great little minis that really was well written. I thought great characterization of Loki, a really cool and gnarly part of his past with this ship, and like trying to maintain the peace with the frost giants and all that stuff. It was I don't know. It was a great blend of like that myth, but also something cool and new. And having Peralta there on the artwork every step of the way didn't hurt things. But yeah, this is just like one of those, man, great like little random character miniseries that really hit and really worked for Marvel back in 2023. And I just remember reading it and loving it. And just the idea of a ship built from the fingernails or the toenails of the dam, like I was like, that is such a wild ass idea. And just very simple premise. It gets these frost giants try to steal it, ram it into something. It gets pieces of it get scattered across the cosmos, and those pieces in the wrong hands mean the end of everything. So here we go. So it was a great book. But have you guys read this one?
Dude, yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. Based on my reaction, it'd be kind of
yeah,
silly.
right.
Never heard of it. You know what's that? No, I had such a good time with this book. It was so pleasantly surprising, and I say that not because I think that Dan Waters would be something that would shock me for putting out a quality product, but that came out on the heels of Ram V's time with Venom and Carnage, and both of which, you know, they didn't really hit. You know, they didn't live up to the quality that I would expect when that name is attached, and something felt off about it. And I was really trepidatious on this one. I was like, I know that I'm going to like a Dan Waters book, so I got to give this a shot. But man, is Marvel going to do one of my favorite writers dirty? And they didn't. So much so that like when I was done with this story, I was just like, oh my God, it's only a mini. And could you imagine what he could do if he just really got his hooks in Loki and just had like a good, we talked about like a good 30-issue run or something like that, man. Yeah. Oh, there's so many stories that he could do and just play with.
At the same time, I really love this. Just this mini though.
That is true. It's kind of like, I mean, that's the best thing, right? Like, I mean, it leaves you wanting more, right? And that's satisfying because it runs the risk of running too long, and then it peters out and doesn't have that same level of excitement that maybe you had with that first arc. We've seen, Lord knows, we've seen so many books still, end up doing that, and it didn't run that risk, but it left me wanting so much more.
No, I think I agree with you. Definitely to the point that, like, I think, at least in my eyes, I think Loki's a character with that complexity where you could really get some miles out of that.
Yeah.
Like, like they did in the Disney Plus series. So,
I'm not sure if that was actually if it was a shot or not, because I haven't seen season 2 yet.
No, I liked it. I loved.
Okay.
I loved
cool.
Seasons.
Okay.
I love both seasons of that show. Yeah, I thought they actually did that one right.
Okay, I've heard good things about season 2. It's just, if I'm being honest, I'm going through superhero fatigue when it comes to the TV side of things. So
I completely understand that, bro.
Yeah, but I will make time for that. I'm gonna ride your coattails on this suggestion here because you mentioned Jermaine Peralta and you mentioned the damn book that was on my list, and it's written down right here, Briar, from Chris Cantwell and Jermaine Peralta. Again, not a lot of people that are talking about this book, man, and more people should be talking about it. But I'm so glad. I was really fearful because it came out from Boom Studios, and if you haven't read it or you don't know about it, it's a retelling of the Sleeping Beauty story. However, there's a little bit of a twist to it because Sleeping Beauty doesn't get awoken by Prince Charming. She basically she rots, right? She sleeps forever and ever and ever until she's awoken through different means. And really, it's her journey through the fairy tale land and kind of becoming her own character who's not dependent on a Prince Charming. And she forges her own path. And sometimes that's good and sometimes that's bad. And it's always adventurous. I can say that much. The cast of characters is really great. The art is really great. Jermaine Garcia is on the first arc. Alex Linz takes over for the second arc. And it was at least successful enough to where they're going to be able to finish the storyline that kicks off, I believe, in December of this year. The final arc starts, and I don't know who's on the artwork, but I would encourage everyone, play catch up on it. Go get the trade for the first and second arc on this. Really enjoyable, really fun, not too heavy, but it plays on a lot of the fairy tale tropes in a really fun way that we don't get to see explored all that often in modern comics. So yeah, I think again, I loved your recommendation, and it kind of allowed me to jump right in with mine. So thank you, Stu. I appreciate that.
Oh yeah, no problem, bro. Glad to throw you the alley-oop.
You should do a Surrounded by Short Boxes on Loki. I think that'd be a good idea.
I think that's a good call. I'm getting a lot of Surrounded by Short Boxes ideas tonight.
I'm just saying, man.
Yeah, if you weren't so damn good at them, if they weren't so great, maybe we wouldn't recommend so many.
All right. Why you sound so angry?
All right, let's spin the wheel. See what's coming up. Good luck to everybody. Here it goes.
What do we got? Oh, land on it. Okay. All right.
There you go.
Here we go. A little crime pack for everyone. Yep. So we have Apache Delivery Service from Matt Kint, who we were just speaking about earlier. We have what is my favorite of this bundle here, the entire series of Sins of Salton Sea by Ed Brisson, which starts off like a crime story, ends on a note that I did not expect whatsoever. And then we have Dark Spaces Wildfire by Scott Snyder of Absolute Batman fame. and Hayden Sherman of Batman Dark Patterns fame,
that's a
or
good book.
Absolute Wonder Woman. Yeah, so great team on there. So a little bit of a crime bundle there.
Yeah. All right. Let's see who's going to be lucky winner here. Picking this one up. Spin that wheel.
Here we go.
Looks
Here
like
we go.
Omega's going to steal this one.
Omega walking away.
Oh yeah.
Good job.
Congrats, bro.
Omega. Let's see. Is this your first one for the night? I think it might be.
Yeah, I think so.
All right. Keep me honest, Eric. It looks good there. All right.
Looks good. Yeah, I think we're only at 10. Considering our time, you want to spin it twice?
We could do that.
Excitement. Yeah, let's keep the excitement going. Let's go ahead. Give it another spin.
Let's go. We might bump it down to 5 minutes or something like that after this too.
Yeah.
Let's see. Ooh. All right. So this is a little bundle I put together. 3 trade paperback volume 1s, Outcast, the book we just got done talking about just a little bit ago.
There we go.
We have Black Science. We've been talking about Remender. We have Mateus Galera on that one too. And we have Gideon Falls, which is another great series. So this is a great,
that's a killer pack.
Great fall bundle. It's going to get you in the mood for the spooky season. And yeah, just a great little bundle there. All 3 volume 1 trade paperbacks. Let's see who's going to be picking this one up. Spinning that wheel. Christina might win this one. There you go, Christina.
Walks away with it. Congratulations.
Outstanding. Couldn't have went to a better person.
Congratulations. That's awesome.
There we go.
Those are great books too.
Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, Black Science is great. Gideon Falls is great. Outcast.
Yep.
That's not Oblivion song, as we learned earlier today.
There we go.
Congrats to all the winners tonight. Congrats, you guys. I mean,
Dude,
thank you guys again for your donations and your kindness and finding it in your wallets and your hearts to help us out tonight. We really appreciate it.
Yeah.
How many more spins we got?
I think we got what, 3?
I think we only got one more. Let me count.
Yeah, I think we're. 1, 2, are we at 11?
6.
Well,
7,
we
8,
have
9, 10,
oh yeah.
Yeah, we got one final spin here. So I'd say what we'll do is let's go. We'll do another round table for all of us here. Talk about underrated book. We'll do a final spin of the night, and then again for anyone that's joining us late here, we're kicking things off yet again here. It doesn't end tonight. It's going to start back over on Dr. Doom's Fan Club on Ink and Insights, same time, 9:30 Eastern time tomorrow. So come on back. More prizes clearly because these wheels are very full, and you're going to walk away with something. So, All right. Who's the last person? I guess I went with Briar. Nick, do you have one?
Yeah, I'll talk about one. We mentioned this name before, John Lees, and so that just made me remember Crimson Cage with Alex Cormack.
Oh my god!
That AWA wrestling book that came out. Oh, I just lost it. AWA wrestling book came out in 2021. It was the retelling of Macbeth, right? But they used that whole wrestling motif on top of it, and it was great, man. Just the artwork alone. I don't know if that was my first Alex Cormack book, but it was definitely a book that like, okay, who is this person? Right. I got to pay attention to this. And I just love John Lees was really hot back then, man. Like he was putting out so many great horror titles. This was just another one. This one came out the same time as Hell's a Squared Circle came out, and Do a Powerbomb was debuting, I believe, around this time.
Yeah,
so we had a lot of wrestling books coming out. Yeah, and I think there was a lot of indie. There's a couple of indie books too, if I'm not mistaken. Like more indie books. But yeah, Crimson Cage was spectacular. So even if you don't know or need a refresher on Shakespeare's Macbeth, you're gonna have a great time with the story just in general because it's all about trading your soul, getting what you think you want, and having it ruin your life at the end of the day. And it was just a really, really well done story. It was brutal. The artwork was incredible. Again, Cormac was on it, so it was just incredible from that art point of view. So, yeah, I think Crimson Cage is definitely a book that it came, it went. It definitely was popular within our crowd, but like I think it has legs. It has a legacy. It's an evergreen story. It's a classic story, and it's something you can revisit, and it will just never get old. So, yeah, if you're a wrestling fan or a Shakespeare fan, or just kind of want to see a monkey paw kind of a story, definitely check out Crimson Cage. It was a great one.
Yeah, it was incredible. I thought the way they married like kind of wrestling history from all different corners and characters and stuff like that with like those Shakespearean themes was awesome.
Yeah, there was a lot of cool behind the scenes like wrestling stuff. So you guys out there that are more into that, you can definitely learn a little bit from there too. You can appreciate the behind the scenes look that they had, the characterizations, how they develop characters and how they play heel and things like that. So it was great. You're right. Good marriage.
Fire.
Yeah, good call, man. Stu,
Did you read that one, Eric?
I want to say that I did, man. There were so many horror books that came out there. I remember, God, at the time, I remember our friend Herm, Big Herm Collectibles, did a video about it, and I was supposed to join him, and I wasn't able to make it in time. But it was awesome suggestion here. It's blanking on me whether or not I actually read it at the time or not. So I'm gonna have to revisit it and circle back around.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. Stu, man, do you have another suggestion here, or a final suggestion for the night?
Since it's spooky season, I'm gonna go with Red Mother.
Oh, you scared me.
From Jeremy Hahn and what is it, Luckett on art, I want to say.
Danny Luckert,
yeah, Luckert. Thank you. Just a great kind of tale for the season for spooky time, and about this woman who's essentially being groomed by this cult to kind of help usher in a new age, as they see it. And it's just it's a masterclass in building tension, and the slow burn. It's got a really cool payoff. You do suspect certain things, and that everybody in her life is kind of against her, but the way they kind of bring it all together, I thought was really spectacular, and just a super creepy tale, man. I just love the way it's structured, with the beginning of each issue kind of like going further into the vision of like where she's at in this world and this transition. But it's one I reread recently. My brother Taki gifted me a bunch of the single issues, and it's one I reread recently for spooky season, and I love it.
Cool.
So yeah, Red Mother.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're speaking my language, man. I love that story so much. That's the book that made me a Jeremy Hahn fan. Personally, I think that there's like really two writers and two books that I feel like handle suspense and that Lovecraftian madness kind of horror, like at just top tier levels. And it's like really Jeremy Hahn and Jeff Lemire. Like this book was like, again, like it's kind of like Gideon Falls. It's one of those books where there's this like impending dread and doom regardless of what's happening on the pages, right? There could be like nothing happening. It's not necessarily overly violent or gory. While both of those stories do have those elements, it doesn't rely on that stuff, and it's not that kind of story, if that makes sense.
No, for sure. Like I love that about it. I love her being the puzzle whiz, right? And like being brought on for the project and all that stuff. And
there's always there's all these machinations that are happening here, like like you said, the world is like transpiring against her in all these really devious ways. I'm gonna have to do a reread of that, man. I'm ready.
It's a great one for the season, man.
The collected edition comes out this week, I think. There's a collected edition. Yeah, just coincidentally, I saw it at my shop being delivered. So I don't know if it's been collected before, but it could be at your shop this week if you haven't read it.
Soft cover, hardcover?
Soft cover.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Nice. Ooh,
maybe it was last week. Maybe this week or last week. Can't remember. Yeah. Yep.
Dang. All right.
Red Mother, y'all. Red Mother. Check it out.
There you go. And the reason I said that you scared me, while that is a very spooky book, you just saying the title of a book doesn't scare me. It did scare me when you started by saying red, though, because my suggestion is Red Fork, that came out from TKO Studios here.
Nice.
Yes.
Is that the Mining Town one?
Dude, yep, you already know.
Yes.
Written by Alex Packnadel with artwork by Nil Vendrell of Shirtless Bear Fighter fame. This one totally took me by surprise because I really like Alex Packnadel's work, but a lot of it leans into a different avenue, right? Because he did things like Arcadia. He did another book we mentioned tonight, All Against All, and I feel like he plays with very different ideas than what this is. And for those who don't know, he's a Brit. He's across the pond, right? And you get a lot of those sensibilities. But this is about an Appalachian mining town, right? And it's about all of the trials and tribulations that are very real things that happen in those kind of places. A lot of drug addiction that go on in those places. And it's a down on his luck individual that comes back to this town trying to right the wrongs that he caused in his past, all the while the town is being influenced and manipulated by this higher power, if you will, that is within one of these minds that's influencing them and kind of taking them over for its own devious purposes. Really great, really gnarly, gory body horror type of artwork in here. So this is not Red Mother. This is the in your face, nasty, gnarly, gory stuff, like, you know, that you want from Cronenberg kind of stuff. That's what you get from this. On top of that, the heart that you get from Alex Packnadel, which is why I say it's a little bit different, because usually there's a he has very nuanced main characters, if you will. They're very they're not just pure hearted or anything like that. There's always like something, you know, off about them, right? There's sometimes a little bit cold, where this, I feel like, flips the script and there's a lot of heart to this character, even though what he has gone through makes you feel like maybe it wouldn't necessarily be that way. So Red Fork from TKO, you don't hear a lot from TKO nowadays, but I would say that some of the books that they have out, particularly Red Fork and Sentient, were probably my favorites of the bunch. Yeah, I would recommend people should check those out. Those would be definitely the high points for me, but Red Fork probably takes the cake. I think I like that just a little bit more than Sentient. So yeah, nice. Totally worthwhile.
Good call.
Yeah. I didn't know that one. Cool.
And with that,
all right,
I say we do our final spin of the night.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Just as a reminder, if you're on this wheel, come back and see us tomorrow night. You can even donate right now. Take a picture, the confirmation email that you get, send it to any three of us. We'll take care of it on the back end. We'll get you added to the wheel. We're going to go ahead and spin for the final bundle for tonight. Like I said, come back tomorrow night. Dr. Doom's Fan Club, Ink and Insights. We'll spin for the rest of it right here. This is the second Star Wars bundle. Choose your destiny.
All right.
We got some Sith. We got some Jedi. Let's go ahead and see who the lucky winner is for this one.
Who will the Force be with?
That's right. We got Lisa. All right.
Nice. Congratulations, Lisa.
Congratulations, Lisa. Get you got you here. Let's go ahead and take care of that. All right, guys. I'll let you guys close this out. Thank you so much, everyone, for your donations.
Yeah, y'all have been fantastic. Thank you for everyone that's been hanging out with us tonight, man. Y'all have done the work, right? Like, we have a lot of fun putting on these shows, but this one's a little bit special. It's a little bit different, and we were ecstatic with the reception that you all had. Absolutely. Getting these donations in, putting them in. It's for a great cause. You already know that. I don't have to preach that any more than I already have. Y'all have just been fantastic, right? So we always say that we couldn't do the show without the people that are in the chat here. So thank you so much for hanging with us and going through all this stuff here. But again, it doesn't end here. So Stu, why don't you tell everyone what we got going on tomorrow night over on your channel?
Yeah, guys, tomorrow night we will be over on Dr. Doom's Fan Club live at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. We will be continuing the prize wheel, and we'll just be talking our favorite new comics. I guess it was a rough week last week. So we're gonna find something.
Give reviews last week. For other reasons.
I'm not even. Yeah, but you didn't miss much. But we're gonna find some great current comics to talk about. Some spooky books too as well. I got a good little pile of those that I wanted to mix in. We're gonna be talking about those, the week coming up as well with Halloween right around the corner. But some of that will be present. But most of all, man, we're just gonna be talking about that amazing prize wheel we got for y'all. So make sure, if you haven't donated yet, get those donations in. $25 will get you on the wheel and get you another chance to win. Thank you to everybody who's already participated. Honestly, to all you guys who show up for us every week and are in the chat, we really appreciate y'all making those donations. And to all of you who are joining us for the first time tonight or aren't usually in the chat, we appreciate y'all hanging with us. We hope you enjoyed the show. We hope you come back and hang with us again. And we do this for the love of the game and to have conversations with each other. So the interactive chat is, to me, the best part about doing these live shows. So thank you all for coming through and making time for us. Yeah, come through tomorrow night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it any better. So thank you all for hanging with us here. Thank you for everyone on the rewind here. We'll catch you tomorrow. And until then, you have a great evening.
See you guys.